Well, folks, it's about that time. Now, tagging this for today and says, if you could have any one of these powers with none of the drawbacks, which one would you choose? I mean, Okarun said it best, Turbo Granny powers are where it's at. I mean, we're talking about an ability that can give you superhuman strength, speed, and reflexes. Normally, moving like this for too long would tear your body apart, but we're talking about no drawbacks, so I'm going all out from the jump. Then unless you have spiritual affinity, it's impossible to see these powers. All that while having faster than eyesight speed? Yeah, I'm definitely going with Turbo Granny.
I can't believe I'm doing this to one of my favorite creators, but you had Kaioken right there. Who cares about having supernatural super speed or a power system people can't sense when you can say screw it, we ball Kaioken times a Google to speed blitz the universe? No drawbacks, by the way. Kaioken is clearly the right option here. I can't believe the internet made this guy famous.
Ironically, somehow AI has gotten so good that AI fight scenes are better than Death Battle's fight scenes, as tragic as that is. Objection!
I will say AI anime is getting scary good, but there's still a lot of flaws and weird movement in them that kind of takes me out of it because you can quickly tell it was made by a prompt. If this animation came out in the 90s or early 2000s, it might be passable, but still not better than what Death Battle can do and has done. Even if it's pixel art, it was pixel animation that slapped hard. The choreography and scene choices that the Death Battle animators decided to go with in Ichigo versus Yusuke were brilliant in my opinion, and that's something that AI can do as well as they did. At least currently, anyways. The disrespect is crazy, especially when you realize that they're giving this to us for free and someone like him could never come close to doing it himself, let alone with a prompt.
Wonder Man is absolutely great and one of the all-time best Marvel shows, so why are they dumping it all in one day? Well, I have a theory, and if you've seen the actual show, you would know that each episode doesn't really have a massive cliffhanger or anything.
What? What the Objection!
What is Blood talking about? The very first episode ended on a massive cliffhanger of Trevor being revealed as a double agent. The second episode showed us that despite Simon sticking up for him, Trevor still went along with the idea of getting dirt on Simon. Honestly, the only episode you could probably watch out of order is Doorman. And I'm not hating on this creator at all, he makes pretty good stuff, but I just want to point out that Disney is totally dropping the ball when they released this show all at once. Like, even from a business model, it didn't really make a lot of sense. If they released these episodes weekly, Wonder Man would have ended just when Daredevil started, thereby keeping people an extra incentive to stay subscribed. I'm just saying that we gotta call out Disney more when they make these types of decisions. Like when they pushed Fantastic Four back to the same month as Superman, which hurt both movies. Yes, they did good, but they probably would have been even better if they weren't competing against each other in the same month. The whole Barbieheimer thing isn't always going to work, and it was just a unique case scenario. Most people would also agree that Fantastic Four fits better as a Thanksgiving movie than a summer blockbuster too.
No video for Chapter 7 launch broke even 900,000 views. That's concerning, and that's going to bleed into every aspect of Fortnite content. That's out of the creator's hand, but to say that it's not on Fortnite, that this player or viewer count has dropped, it is on Fortnite.
It's not on Fortnite. The reason why Chapter 7 long-form views are down is because Chapter 7 came after YouTube made a huge change to the algorithm. Marcus Jones is someone who has worked with over 500 channels. He made a great video talking about how YouTube is now focusing on short-form content that is recent, meaning that long-form videos and those evergreen shorts are taking a back seat. That's why your views are down. Fortnite is doing a good job with Chapter 7. Direct your frustration at the ones who are really pulling the strings on your views, because this is affecting not just Fortnite creators, but everyone on the platform.
Superheroes that cannot get good games.
Number 2, The Flash. I think this one's pretty obvious. Having a character that is a speedster that allows you to traverse the map in practical seconds would be very hard. The closest thing I've ever gotten to having a good Flash experience in a video game is the Lego superhero games. Being able to lock down speed in a video game is very hard, but the fastest man in the world...
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if we can make banger Sonic games as well as a number of indie side-scrollers and fire roguelikes, the industry can make a fun Flash game. We just gotta think outside the box of traditional superhero games. A Flash game could 100% work.
Why do you dislike the Fantastic Four so much, Dom?
They're mid. I have no frame of reference of live action Fantastic Four where it's good. It's always been mid at best. Galactus ain't even taller than buildings. Y'all think that's gonna be a good movie? This is a world eater and is not even taller than the 15th biggest skyscraper. And y'all gonna tell me this is a give me your son. Shut up, man. This weak movie.
The Fantastic Four hate is so forced. First off, Galactus can change size whenever he wants. Also, the movie captured how menacing he can truly be, as well as his title of the World Eater. The movie surpassed 80% critic score and had a 90% certified fresh audience score. It also made over $500 million too. It's fair to criticize the Fantastic Four first steps, but you gotta have better points before calling it mid.
Gear 5 is one of the most creative power-ups of all time. Easily has the most potential for any power-up in anime. Can basically do literally anything. I won't sit there and say it's the most creative one. That's kind of ridiculous. Power-up. I think a creative power-up has conditions. I think like there's like 90 Nen users that solo this argument just because Nen is already like more complicated. I value that in transformation creativity. What are the hacks, the pros, the cons, the unique abilities with the transformation? Objection!
For one, Nen is a power system, not a transformation. A special move is not a transformation. 2, I bet you can't even name more than 10 Hunter x Hunter characters with more creativity with their types of transformations than Luffy's Gear 5. And 3, Gear 5 Luffy is very creative. It's not number 1 because JoJo's exists, but it's definitely up there as one of the most. Man freaking grand slams a ultimate attack from a villain. He jump roped the world's strongest creature and he ate a freaking laser. Bro, what are we even talking about? Why is this even a debate? What is more creative than Toon Force? Gear 5 is his awakened Zoan type, which is something that we didn't even know Luffy was. And this doesn't only boost his stats, but allows for him to affect his environment. His heartbeat is the drums of liberation, which other people can hear and be affected by literal freedom. And he also has drawbacks like extreme fatigue, a time limit, and the very nature of this state leads him to be less serious, which means that a skilled fighter can take advantage of that and actually deals legit damage to him because of his goofy state. And honestly, this is very creative, especially in a genre where people get power boosts by just yelling most of the time. I don't know how you can say Gear 5 is not one of the most creative transformations in an anime. DC's Absolute series is just a Marvel Ultimate series knockoff.
Objection!
Different characters, different writers, and different artists. I personally don't think it's that big of a deal. The way Darkseid and the Maker created their universe is pretty different, and the superheroes are as well. For example, the Absolute universe has pretty much the same cast of heroes, but with slightly different origins, while the new Ultimate universe has some heroes take up completely different mantles altogether. Also, no one is currently fighting Darkseid yet, while the characters in Marvel are fighting the Maker in the new Ultimate universe. On the surface, they may seem similar, but if you read any of the comic book runs, you quickly find the differences and realize the stories are uniquely their own.
Ranking all 9 super soldiers we have seen in the MCU based on how strong they are. At number 4, I have John Walker / the US agent. But at number 3, trust me, it'll make sense, I have the Winter Soldier. I have at number 2, Captain America / Steve Rogers, one super soldier above him. That being the Incredible Hulk. As he counts, I don't want to hear it, Bruce Banner made his own off-brand version of the super soldier serum trying to replicate Steve Rogers' serum, and that is how the Incredible Hulk was born.
Objection!
You see, you done messed up because you missed a clear number 1 as well as the other Hulks. We'll get into that later. First, John Walker is above Bucky, the Winter Soldier, and Steve Rogers. Right off the bat, John took his super soldier serum already close to peak human performance, at least according to military standards, versus when Steve took it in his malnourished form. It was also stated in the show that his version of the serum was more modern and potent, basically flawless. And since you're basing this list off of strength alone, John Walker is just purely stronger than both of them. Next, we have the other Hulks. She-Hulk clapping. Wait, no. Not that type of clapping. Yeah, this one, the one that was creating air ripples above all the other military boys. Easy. Red Hulk does get hotter the more he's angered, but our big green guy gets stronger. And lastly, Sentry takes the cake here. Yes, he got his powers through a super soldier serum that clearly had PEDs in it. Let me know what you guys think about this list of super soldier serum users.
Lex Luthor had this guy in prison for like a few days and had him captured. And in the end, he has a monologue of, I just wanted to kill you this entire time. And so I was sitting there wondering like, yo, Lex Luthor does the shady stuff with the government so he can put Superman in prison. And then when he has Superman in prison, he tells Superman, I can do whatever I want with you. Like the government handed you over, you're mine. And then for some reason, he doesn't kill him. Even though he had that way to kill him. Like he had Kryptonite in the cage with him too. And I was sitting there wondering like, dude, you could have killed this guy before. And you're monologuing now about how you just want to kill him. Why didn't you kill him before when you had the chance to do so? Like that to me was so weird and confusing. Like you literally could have killed this guy like twice. And you did it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Objection!
Bro, what are you talking about? Lex clearly stated that he wanted to keep Superman alive because the government wanted to interrogate him. And best believe with Lex's massive ego, he wanted to torture Superman a bit longer. A quick, swift death would not satisfy the 1A merchant at all.
A lot of people are playing Arc Raiders. It has a lot of success. A lot of people are watching it, but it still hasn't really blown up huge on YouTube long form content because that stuff takes time.
Sypher makes it seem like Arc Raiders long form content will grow and get bigger, and the only reason why it's kind of small now is because of time. I disagree because when Valorant first came out, people were immediately getting millions of views by just posting gameplay. As time went on, those views fell off. The 10 biggest Arc Raiders content creators' views from long-form videos outside of live streams will forever be smaller than what the 10 biggest Fortnite creators were getting before September of 2025. I'm picking that month and year specifically because that's when YouTube changed the algorithm. YouTube is heavily pushing short form over long form, and it's affecting every creator on this platform from small to big. Until they change it, the days of every long form video outside of live streams constantly getting 1 million plus views is over for every gaming title and its creators.